Clay, and I'm here to talk to you about Old Blue here today. Started out with the Redcat Gen8 body, or RC. Ended up taking the Scout body that came on it off of it. We bought the 3D CAD file from 3D RC, and Gavin printed this whole body out, and ended up taking, I don't know, maybe like 5 days, something like that, to get all the body panels printed off. Like just the hood itself, I think took 16 hours, something like that. So basically, after it comes out of the 3D printer, you got a bunch of waves and imperfections in the plastic. It looks pretty rough, so took a lot of sanding, and I didn't want to use body filler just because I didn't want to buy it, pretty much. So ended up using a primer filler. Honestly, it took a whole can just for the cab of this truck, with sanding in between coats. After that, ended up deciding, with all the imperfections and everything in the plastic that was still noticeable, the best route there would be to take and give it the patina look. And I watched other videos on YouTube to try to figure out the best way. I mean, you can paint this stuff on. I mean, there's lots of ways you can do it. So ended up, what I liked best was the real rust. If you can see right in here, it's actually an iron-based coat that you use an activator, and it it makes real rust. So after the primer, you lay down a lighter colored coat and sprinkle your sea salt in there. It leaves rust, and whenever you go back later in the process, it'll bring back colors of the lighter coat and the primer color in the whole paint job. After you do that is whenever you start painting the primer coat of the rust, which is actually a reddish colored primer. Takes a couple coats of that, let it dry, then you'll paint on your iron base coat. After you get all your 2 coats of each, the primer and the iron base coat, end up going back and taking rubber cement, and you run it all over all the rust spots that you want to show up later on in the process for your finished product. After you do that, we wanted to go with the two-tone look. The truck is actually, I'm pretty sure it's a 56 Chevy C3600. It is a quad cab, and everything that I could find, I'm pretty sure it may have been a factory truck. Some people's told me that it maybe was a custom deal. I've seen, people actually put 2 cabs together, but anyways, so we went with the original paint job. I know some of them had some trim pieces, maybe chrome trim pieces on the cab there, but we just did it this way. And so you paint your 2-tone paint job. After you get done with that, then you'll take and sand over all the areas that you put your rubber cement, and that's going to basically take off the paint. And everywhere where you put your salt, I went ahead in mine and I did a little bit of wet sanding, not too much. After you get done sanding it, then is when you spray your activator on there, and it'll actually, I think it took maybe a couple hours until it was completely dry, and then I went ahead and put a second coat of the activator on there. But it really makes the rust, or the iron based paint, rust really good. And then at the end of it, where it needed a little bit extra here and there, like I didn't paint patina around the headlights, because that was, I wasn't sure if I was going to use these rings that go around the headlights or not, but ended up using them just to use all the parts, you know, from the print, and it probably made it look a little bit better. And all the lenses and the mirrors, even on the flatbed back here, all these parts were taken off of the Redcat Gen 8. I kind of just stole all the parts off of the body, except for the fenders and everything. But overall, I was really happy with how the body turned out. Like I said, we stole all of the parts off of the Redcat. Gavin also printed us some windshield wipers, and then used a bread tie for the antenna there. Ordered a bumper off of Amazon that gave us 4 extra lights. It looks pretty sweet going about dusk. Just like I said, overall really happy with the build of this truck, doing it on a budget. It probably ended up costing a little bit more than what I was wanting it to, but I mean, I'd say probably all together with all the paint and primer, I bought Gavin a roll of filament for the printer, you know, because it used so much. The aluminum for the bed, probably right around $275 or something like that altogether. And and then of course the truck itself, the Redcat Gen 8, I think it was $299 or something whenever I bought it here. It may have been $399. Shoot, it's probably been 4 years ago whenever I bought that. But anyways, and then as far the 3D print file came with a you know, the regular like step side type bed, but we didn't really want to take an extra, I don't know, probably what would it have been, like a day or something to print that off. And I thought maybe the flatbed, you know, just tied in with the whole farm truck theme. So just got some at Lowe's, a little bit of aluminum channel. I was gonna braze it all together at first. I tried matte gas and propane and even oxygen acetylene torch, and it just did not want to weld for me. So ended up kind of just making it work with some fake welds with JB Weld. Even the bed planks were paint sticks at Lowe's. So cut them all to size. Ended up having to cut out some holes in the bed here, just because the shock towers and everything. But yep, put them paint sticks in there. Gave it a little bit of some of the burn marks, and went ahead and stained it, and just pretty sweet. The truck's still not done 100%. I'm sure there's going to be other things that we'll do to it, but I mean, down to the door handles that Gavin printed off, and even got some bullet holes in the windows. I don't know if you can see it right there, and got another one on the back side window. Then got your half window down there. We did have an open vent here on that window, but somewhere at the creek we lost that, but no big deal. Like I said, the truck's not 100% done. Need to probably put an interior in eventually, and probably wouldn't hurt to have maybe some inner fenders just to kind of hide all the wires and everything. But like I said, overall I was pretty happy with the way it turned out as far as the body and everything goes, and have to make you some more videos, and just go from there. So thanks for stopping by and checking it out.